All right, are we ready? Go ahead and get an opening statement from Coach, then open it up for questions.
Great team win. Love the way we played defensively, tackled well. I thought our defensive line dominated the football game. We're pretty good on third downs and obviously created another turnover. Special teams were really solid besides the one play. I thought Matt Wright did a really good job pinning the ball on kickoff, something that was an issue a week ago. And then offensively, thought we did a really good job of adjusting in the run game. They made it tough, won a bunch of one-on-one situations. KZ played really, really well, was locked into what we were doing, and escaped sometimes when the pocket broke down and made some plays out in space as well.
Is this the type of tough physical game you expected?
Absolutely. They're big, thick, physical on both sides of the line of scrimmage. From them defensively, know that they're going to make it tough to run the football. You got to win some one-on-ones on the outside. You got to be willing to stretch the field vertically. We did that. Hit some shots, missed a couple too. But at the end of the day, like that. And then certainly on the offense side of the ball, I thought we handled the physicality, the run game really well, and we did a really good job on the play-action boot stuff as well.
Coach, what's it mean for your resume to beat a Power 5 team like that?
We're 1-0 this week. The outsiders are going to judge it as they may. I and our football team really do focus on the daily task at hand. We focus on 1 week at a time. I'm really proud. I told them in the locker room, they're continuing to grow together. And, this is our first year together, but they're continuing to buy into what we're doing. We're being more detailed in how we prepare. That's allowing us to play better in all three phases out there. That's a football team, that is from one of those other conferences, and we certainly handled our business today.
Coach, a trademark of this offense is obviously its speed, and the number of times people went down with cramps. Is that something that could possibly disrupt flow or cause a problem?
That's one way to try to defend it. I guess it didn't work well today.
Their game plan was going to be running the ball. You guys held them to minimal yards until that last drive for the most part. Yeah,
again, our one defense played lights out. I'm just, 33 rushes for 109 yards. We held and dominated the line of scrimmage, and that was a test for them going into it. That was the challenge, and our guys answered that challenge.
Coach, it does seem like that's an intentional way of trying to slow down your offense. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, you guys all watched the game, right? Yeah.
We didn't see Dredrick Snelson. Can you give us an update on him and maybe why we didn't see him today?
Snelson, he tweaked something in the ball game last week, and so for that reason, he didn't practice a bunch this week. He'll be healthy for next week, ready to go.
Josh, this has always been a versatile group, but when you look offensively, when you have a guy like Adrian Killens leading the way, receiving, Mackenzie Milton rushing in another 2 rushing touchdowns, can you just speak to how versatile this offense is and where you think you can take that from a...
We're versatile because we got a lot of dynamic playmakers in skill spots, whether it's tight ends. Heskite didn't have a bunch of catches today, but he played really, really well and has the ability to catch the football. But the guys out wide can make plays. You look at your slot receivers, Snelson's out. The other guys step up. Otis has a really nice day. Marlon played well. And, in our backfield is versatile and deep. And, you saw at the end, Greg and Ben Tavius get a bunch of runs, and they did a fantastic job of playing with great pad level, pressing the hole, reading it, and picking up yards.
Can you talk about just how special Adrian Killens is when you can get him the ball in the open field like that?
AK is a dynamic playmaker. Whether it's kick return, if he's a punt returner, if he's a running back, whether he's a wide receiver, he can play. He's versatile. He can do about anything you ask him to do, and he's electric when he's got the ball in his hands in space.
Does Richie Grant sort of have that knack for being the ultimate ball hawk there, the 3rd pick of the year?
Yeah, well, hopefully he continues that trend. So he does a good job. There's pressure on the quarterback. He's throwing back across his body. Richie, I think, pattern reads it and is able to cut it from deep single safety spot. So he's as mature of a player on the 2nd or 3rd level that we have. Just in our secondary. He's becoming a great team leader. He works extremely hard every day, and he prepares in a great way. That lends itself to being in the right position at the right time.
So like getting 3 sacks, I think you guys had 4 sacks for the entire year coming in, and you had 3 sacks today. So like how much the pressure you guys were able to create?
I do. Again, we got them in some third and long situations as well, and that happens because of first and second down defense. And I thought our guys just attacked and played on edges and played on the other side of the line of scrimmage all day long.
What do you think?
Create the game plan this week, 31 first downs and 79 total plays. Is that what you envision when you put this whole plan together this week?
And, college football, you guys see scores every week, and it varies. You know what I mean? There's such a fine line between success and failure. At the end of the day, we want to go 1-0. We want to be +1 on the scoreboard, however that might happen. But we do want our kids dialed into the details of our prep. They adjusted really well today when we had to adjust from what our base game plan was going into it, in particular the run game. And I thought our guys, prepared in a great way, and that lends itself to playing the way we did.
Is there anything you can do to keep teams from trying to slow down your offense like they do? Do you complain to the officials during the course of the game?
I'm not even worried about that right now. I mean, shoot, we'll go get ready for the next one.
Couple more here, anything?
It was a hot day, but it was a sold-out crowd. What did you think of the atmosphere?
Atmosphere was really good. Student body was probably a little smarter. They showed up right before kickoff instead of being out there an hour beforehand. But they probably were having some fun tailgating as well in the mall area. So great atmosphere. It's been electric. Every time we've walked into that stadium, our players appreciate what our fans are buying into and the energy that they create. And we're really thankful that this city is taking ownership of this team and liking the product that they see, and hope we continue to see that as we go through the season.
Coach, you've been in quote-unquote Power 5 leagues. How does this team compare talent-wise with?
This league, this league, you watch it week in and week out. They win football games against other Power 6 teams. It's not made up, A bunch of these teams were in Power 6 leagues before, the change in college football a few years ago. This is really good football. I thought that when I was on the outside. I think it when I'm on the inside. You better line up and come to play every single week in this league.
Coach, you could tell the guys exiting the field, this almost felt like a standard win for them. Is this what we're
When you say
saying?
standard win,
This was expected. This is what you asked them to do. They fulfilled the job, and they're not getting, I'm not putting coach speak here, not too high or too low.
you might hear coach speak once in a while, right?
I regurgitated, that's the problem. But you could feel that this was just taking care of business from their aspect. What was your message to them afterwards?
The thing I appreciate about our players is they are continuing to buy into the way to prepare and the way to go play. I've said this since I've gotten here and went out for spring ball. When you throw the ball out there, they love competing and playing. We have a loose, relaxed, energetic atmosphere. If you're in our hotel lobby on Friday night, guys are having fun when they're at dinner. Same on Saturday. But when we get into our pregame motivational, they're focused and they're ready to go handle their business. Week from week, you might be a little bit different emotionally, but the way you prepare and the way you compete can never be different. We talk about our guys being consistent in the way that we compete, consistent competitors, and they are that. They love walking out and playing ball, and so it was a little bit business-like from them today. Yeah, a little bit, but we have great expectations and want to go play it one play at a time.
All right, last one here.
Coach, just as good as your defense has played this year?
Absolutely, yeah. Front four, playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, linebackers keyed in to all the different formations, motions, tight ends coming backside, for split zone, and then boots out the backside. I thought we handled all the variables really well. That comes from great eye discipline, being dialed into the call, the multiple calls that you're going to see versus each formation, and really starting to grasp what we're trying to do on that side of the ball. They played fantastic.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for you guys.
Yeah.